Welcome to Pecan Corner. I'm Tina, and today I'm going to say happy birthday to the Peaceful Prepper who asked all the ladies on her feed to give her a birthday present by showing you what's in our purses. I have just returned from an out-of-town trip, so my purse is pretty much real average for what I normally carry at this time. The only thing that I have taken out of it to throw away were there were a couple of used Kleenexes, because you know when you're traveling and you're out places, you just poke that Kleenex back in your purse. So I did remove those so y'all wouldn't have to look at those. I have an outer pocket. Today I have some bills in there. I bought at a garage sale. I found a box of 100 pre-stamped envelopes that had 29-cent postage on them. They're window envelopes, so I bought a bunch of 20-cent stamps, and I fold up all my bills so that they'll fit in those, and that's what I used to mail my bills with. This pocket is the one that I use to keep my coupons in. I'm not a big couponer, but Kroger sends me coupons, and like I say, I've got $10 off of $100. But do you know I've had trouble being able to spend $100 at one shopping trip? So this may expire before I get to use it. I may have to find some extra things to stock up on so that I can make use of that coupon. I've got my box tops that I need to take up to the church for our we have a school that's a grade well, pre-K through 12th grade, and so I found if I put my box tops in there, these are some expired coupons that I discovered them last time I was in the store. They need to be thrown away. There is there's my last grocery list. It needs to be thrown away. Those coupons are still good. There is another grocery list that needs to be thrown away. Okay. There is my, oops, what have I got here? Okay. Get all these off of here. Alright, this is my, at our church we volunteer with the hospital visitation, and we have a little name tag, a little magnetic name tag, and so that's in my purse here. My chap lip stuff. I have a, let's see where else. Okay, that's all that's in there. My chap lip stuff. Some bobby pins. I actually don't use bobby pins. I must have put these in here the last time I did a historical, a living history event, because I had bobby pins in my hair then, so I must have stuck them in there and forgotten about them. But you know, hey, they're probably really handy for things. You could, I guess, pick a lock or use it for to clip something together. There's all kinds of things you could do with bobby pins. I remember in the old days they used to be real good at picking locks. An eraser. This is one of those. I'm not sure what that's doing in my purse, but I'm going to leave it there until I remember. I don't take things out unless I remember why I put it there, because otherwise I'll get out and then I'm like, oh yeah, that's why I had it there. Alright, now here's the, alright, I have one interior pocket that I keep my phone in, I keep my keys in. There's a small Altoids tin. Let's see, there's a bunch of change fell in there, and there is a, oh, that's my list of the memory cards that I needed to get for the new camera. And I guess I don't need that anymore. Alright, let's put everything but that trash and my change back in there. Now I have two little pockets, if you can see them. I have two little pockets on this side. One of these I use for stuff that's just kind of storage. I don't need it all the time. I have a big glider. I have a little tiny package of dental floss, which is good for lots of things other than just being dental floss. I have, oops, there's a mint from Sonic. There's a moist towelette. There is, let's see here. There's a Bible verse on the back of an old grocery list. Isaiah 33:6. Wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy times and strength of salvation. I'll keep that in there. It's good advice. Package of matches. I believe in redundancy. And a magnifying glass. Now this one's broken, but it still magnifies for me. This is I got in the habit of carrying these. We sold antiques for a long time, and so you know when you go into an antique store, if you don't look at something small, we got to where we need that. So I got in the habit of that. This one is also made out of glass. And then see what else is down in that pocket. It's a little tiny pocket, but it has a lot of room in it. Okay, I have some more mints, a couple of cough drops, and this is my little pocket knife. And y'all don't look at how much patina is on the blade. It's been a long time since I sharpened it. This is the pocket knife that my grandfather gave me when I was about 8 years old. Used to every child got a pocket knife once they got big enough to know not to cut themselves with it. And this is mine, and I carried it my whole life. I carried it in my purse with me all the time, everywhere I went, until they stopped us from carrying them on planes, and then I couldn't carry it for a long time. Now I don't fly anymore, so I put it right back into my purse. But that's my little pocket knife. These are not a weapon. This is not a weapon. This is a tool. This is man's first tool. It is good for, I have pried corks out of wine bottles. You can trim your fingernails. You can cut a package open. You can trim threads. You can get a splinter out. This little one right there is a pen knife from, back in the days when you needed to trim your quill pen. Although this knife's not that old. But there are lots and lots of things to do with that knife. Peel your apples, use it as an eating utensil. If if you don't have a fork handy, there's a little prong there. So that's what that is. All right, that's down. All of those things are in that one little pocket. That back in there. My little verse back in there, and there's my moist. I don't know why I have a moist towelette in there. I don't normally carry those around with me, but usually what happens, is they get a little pinhole in them and they dry out before we can use them. All right, the second one of those little pockets has. Let's see if I can get into everything out of it. Okay. All right. The second one has my little box of, there's no prescription pills in here. These are all non-prescription. I have aspirin. I have a medicine, a pain reliever called Mobagesic, which has magnesium sulfate in it. It's a really good alternative to switch out. And then I have some Aleve. So that's what those are the three things that I keep, 3 different kinds of pain relievers I keep in there. Aspirin are really important to keep on hand. If anyone's ever having a stroke, immediately give them some aspirin, and it'll help reduce the after effects of the stroke. So I keep that in there. As you can tell, I've had that little box. Gosh, that little box is probably 30 years old. Everything's worn off of it, but it still works. And the expiration date was 95, and that was, back then that was probably, so it's, well, maybe it's not that old, maybe it's 15 years old. All right, my one flashlight, and the battery's out in it, so I'm going to set it aside until I put a new battery in it. 3 packs of salt. I always carry salt in my purse. It's good for, if you've got a sore throat or a sore spot in your mouth, and you're not home where you can take your myrrh extract. Salt is good for that, but the main reason I carry salt is because I went camping one time and went to make breakfast the next morning. We were going to have eggs and we didn't have any salt anywhere, and I can't stand to eat eggs without salt. So that's why I like my salt, so I have salt in my purse at all times. My different business cards. There's my my cottage food business card, my pecan corner jewelry business card. Those are there, and this is my my thank you card. You know, that they have to scan at the grocery store, at one of the grocery stores I go to. All right, I'm gonna get a new battery for that. All right, now that's both all my pockets. Now. Next is, let's set that aside there. We'll do these things first. Oops, I missed a Kleenex. We'll put that over there in the trash pile. There's a lot more change that's falling in the bottom. Needs to come out. That change can get heavy. Sometimes it's surprising how much you can, and then look at all that little papers and things that end up in the bottom of it there. Alright, so there's my change. I'll count that in a little bit. Okay, so that's all empty. Alright. Okay, I'll do my wallet last. Alright, in there I have, these are Paul's favorite kind of mints that he likes, so I carry those. And this little package is, would be just a good container to carry certain kinds of things in if it were empty. Package of Kleenex, just a little memo tablet in case I need to write things down, some hand sanitizer, 2 pens, redundancy. This one is this pen I got from my friends the Snoops. I have some friends who are retired police detectives or sheriff's office detectives, and they have a private detective agency called Two Snoops, and they do all kinds of happy finding people. They find heirs and people that have money coming to them and things. So it's pretty fun. And they gave me that pen. Redundancy again. Here's another magnifying tool. This is a jeweler's loop, and there again, this is left over from our antiquing days when you needed something to look at the mark on a piece of jewelry. You use, so that's another magnifying glass, and it's in its own little. It's got a little metal case around it. It actually can go in one of my small pockets up here instead of down there in the bottom. This is my redundant flashlight. A while back we were all, the whole family was together at one of the kids' houses, and one of my son Nicholas showed me this one and wanted to give it to me, and I said, no, I don't need that, I have this little one. He said, oh no, Mom, he said you need this one. This one's very bright. And so I have this. It also has a very sharp edge here. I don't know if it would serve as a window breaker, you know, if we're trapped in a car, but it does have a sharp edge there. And of course it's got a big convex lens on the top of it that makes that the bulb shine even brighter and magnifies that. So it'll also do, it says it'll do strobe flashing as well, so it's really good. I don't know how to do that, and I'm not going to take up your time figuring it out. But it's so it would be good for signaling with that strobe flashing too. It's a red line by Nebo, and it has a 4x zoom lens on it. So really good thing there. And then I have this bunch of, let's see here what we've got. Okay, Paul and I are signed up to pray at an event that's coming up this weekend, and these are our prayer schedules. This is information, measurements and stuff about our little trailer, the measurements for the walls and things like that, things that I need so that when I'm out and about, if I want to buy things for it, or I see something I think I can use, I have my measurements handy with me. This is from my beekeeping class that I took, I think it's been 2 weeks ago. Yeah, two weeks ago I think it's been now. All my notes, the handout that he gave us, and my notes about that, and the schedule for what to do when. So I've ordered my bees, and I'll get them in this summer, and have a place out in the country that I can keep them at. And then the phone number of a lady that I met that's really interested in learning about them too. So so then they've got, this is a handout from a ladies Bible class that I just finished, just completed. It was on Monday nights. And then some information about the next one that she's offering. When I took my car to get a new plug on it and get the electric brake controller so that I can pull our camper trailer, I didn't know how to describe the size of the plug that the camper has to know what to tell them. So I just drew a picture of it to take in with me. So that can go in the trash because I've gotten that done. Instructions for Paul for some of his health care stuff from his doctor. Receipt, I bought 2 cast iron skillets for Paul while I was up there in Oklahoma to fix up, and so that was what that is. And then at our B class, he gave us this little handout, and that was still in my purse. I probably don't need to carry that in there. My checkbook, and that's all that's in that one is my checkbook. And then my, I do have my, I'm trying to say here, oops, my tax certificate there. And there's what's that? It's a very faded receipt. Okay. All right, that goes back in there. These go back in there. The receipt doesn't. Take that out. Okay. All right. Okay, so now we're to my wallet, and in my wallet now, y'all don't laugh at how I do my my money, but I'm real bad about just folding my bills and poking them down in here. So there's all these different denominations of bills in here, and some change. There's a bunch of change down in there, and so I've got various cash money. I always carry some cash with you. It doesn't have to look quite like this, but you need some cash on hand if you should be out and about, and you know there's a power outage or cell towers out. You're not going to be able to use your debit card. You're not going to be able to use your credit cards. And so many people, I mean, I still carry paper checks, partly for that reason, but you know, so many places don't take them anymore. So you would need cash, and so I would recommend carrying some with you at all times. I've got various kinds of business cards, appointment cards from different things that we do, and then here's a, I love, what is, this wouldn't be redundancy, redundancy, tridundancy. Fire Mountain Jim sent me one of these, I don't remember, there's a name for this, I don't remember what you call this lens, but it's a magnifying lens. So that's my third or even fourth magnifying option there. But I have to wear readers. So if I were to lose my glasses, that's the other reason that I need things, helps like this. I need several different ones. And then an inspirational little laminated card. Better is little with the fear of the Lord than great treasure and trouble therewith. And as you've noticed, I keep that in my wallet where my money is, to remind me to not be, to know how blessed I am to have that money in that wallet. I've got, of course, my various cards, are all right there. So I'm not going to show you those. In here is insurance card, my safe food handler certificate that I'm required to have for my cottage food business. And so I carry that in my purse because my purse goes with me everywhere. There's a 5-pound note from when I went to England a long time ago. I didn't cash it in, and it just seems nice to have it in there. Business card, phone numbers. I've got written down phone numbers and contact information for various family members and people, because I might get out and not be able to get to my phone, you know, or get my phone to pull up the address book. And so I keep all of that. I have a list with me too, and of course various, like I said, there are all kinds of various business cards and such, and some more of those little rewards cards, you know, that the companies want you to carry and want you to present for a little discount. And hey, that's all right with me. I don't mind that at all. I'll take what discounts they're willing to give me. And I've got a little zip pocket there, and in my zip pocket is some other cash, so that it's kind of a little pocket I forget about, and so that's kind of a little hidey hole there. Oh, there's that. A good friend of ours, his daughter wrote an inspirational book, and it's called Being Found in Him by Renee Gloria Hood, and I wanted to buy it, and cool, I'm glad I found that. I'm going to leave that out. Okay, so I've got that in there. See how good this is? I've already found a treasure, something, because I thought, oh, I'm going to have to ask him again about her book, because I can't find what this little card he gave me on it. All right, so there's that, and then on this side, that little zipper part is also where I put, like, if I were to get when I get a Roosevelt dime and change, or a wheat penny and change, I put it down in that little zipper part there, and so that separates it from other money so that I don't spend it either. And this pocket is pretty much empty. Well, there's maybe a couple of coins in there. Okay, there's a wheat penny, and yeah, there's 2 wheat pennies in that pocket too. So I have my 2 cents worth in there. All right, so that is what I keep in my purse. Our purses are such a personal item. Mine goes everywhere I go. I usually carry one that I can hang over my shoulder so it's out of the way. I've been at parties before and had the hostess come by and say, you know, you can put your purse down. You know, you don't have to carry it around with you. But it's just a habit for me to have it with me. And I've actually gotten tickled that out of all of these, what 5 things would you grab? You know, if you had to bug out and could only grab 5 things and none of them were your kit, what would you grab? I haven't heard a woman yet mention her purse. And Lord, ladies, I don't leave the house without mine. And then, you know, when my mother-in-law passed away, when my grandmother passed away, we saved their purses with their things intact in those. And I've seen shadow boxes made where people framed the contents of their mother's purse as a memento. So these are like a man's wallet, one of the most personal things that we have. And so to the Peaceful Prepper, thanks. I'm looking forward to this, to the playlist that you're going to make out of this. This has been a fun exercise, and as you can see, when I get this book, I'll do a review for, and we really appreciate you including everybody in this. This will be a fun way for us to all meet new people and expand our networking here on YouTube. All right, thanks a lot, y'all. Bye.